Stop everything because Love and Hip Hop Atlanta just erupted into one of the most shocking moments reality TV has ever seen. The calm and collected Rashida, the woman who endured humiliation for years, finally snapped. She didn't just argue. She attacked Yandy on stage, unleashing pure fury. The crowd froze. Fans screamed. Cast members scattered. Security scrambled to react, but it was too late. Cameras captured every second. Rashida charged across the stage like she had reached her breaking point. And the moment wasn't just heated drama, it was raw chaos that detonated live in front of everyone. Yandy didn't retreat. She clapped back, turning the clash into a full-on showdown that left jaws hanging. The audience couldn't believe what they were watching. Social media exploded within minutes. Hashtags trended worldwide as clips went viral. The fight wasn't just messy, it was catastrophic, the kind that shakes a franchise forever. Producers, blindsided, tried to regain control, but the damage was already done. The spotlight was no longer on music or celebration. It was on betrayal, rage, and reputations crumbling in real time. And the scariest part? This wasn't staged. It was real. Rashida's years of silence erupted in one violent, unforgettable instant. For years, Rashida has been painted as the composed one, the entrepreneur, the loyal wife, the cast member who somehow stood tall while her world was collapsing. Through every scandal, every betrayal, she carried herself with dignity. And that's exactly why fans admired her, because she never let the pain fully show. Kirk Frost tested her strength more times than anyone can count. From Jasmine Washington's infamous baby bombshell to the constant cheating whispers that never seemed to die, Rashida endured public humiliation again and again. Each time the cameras rolled, viewers held their breath, wondering if this would finally break her. But it never did. Instead, Rashida smiled through tears. She defended her family. She built her businesses. She embodied resilience even when fans begged her to walk away. Social media exploded with frustration, screaming that she deserved better. Still, Rashida stayed, holding on to her marriage with an iron grip. That strength, however, came with a cost. Because no matter how brave she looked, insiders revealed the cracks. Late nights, silent arguments, and rumors swirling around Kirk's name became her reality. Behind closed doors, the pressure was mounting. And even the strongest woman alive has a limit. Rashida's breaking point was always looming. The truth is, her composure was both her crown and her curse. Fans respected her restraint, but critics whispered she was protecting Kirk at the expense of her own dignity. Every scandal piled on, making the weight heavier. By the time Yandy's sharp words cut deep, Rashida wasn't just offended. She was raw, exhausted, and ready to explode. The whispers never stopped. Even after years of denial, Kirk's name kept surfacing in late-night conversations and anonymous blogs. Insiders spoke of secret studio sessions that went long into the morning. Rumors of him leaving clubs with unfamiliar women only added more fuel to a fire Rashida couldn't fully put out. Each time gossip swirled, Rashida shut it down with poise. She brushed off speculation, insisting her marriage was unshakable. But behind the smile, tension grew. Friends close to the couple admitted she was exhausted, constantly forced to defend a man whose loyalty was questioned at every turn. The pressure wasn't just emotional, it was public. Fans dissected her every move, waiting for the moment she would finally confront the truth. Social media amplified every whisper, turning small suspicions into viral storms. Rashida's silence made people wonder. Was she blind to the signs or simply choosing to endure them? By the time cameras rolled this season, the storm was already brewing. Rashida was on edge, carrying the burden of constant speculation. Each rumor became heavier, every denial more fragile. The buildup wasn't sudden, it was years in the making. And everyone watching knew it was only a matter of time before something snapped. The stage was electric, the crowd buzzing with excitement, when Yandy stepped forward with a grin that carried more venom than charm. Her words cut sharper than anyone expected. With a single sly comment, she mocked Rashida's loyalty, twisting years of pain into a brutal punchline. The audience gasped. At first, Rashida froze. Her face revealed the struggle between composure and eruption. For a split second, it looked like she might swallow the insult as she had so many times before. But this wasn't a rumor whispered in blogs or a private humiliation. It was a dagger thrown live before thousands. Yandy's tone only fueled the fire. She smirked, tossing another jab about Kirk, hinting that Rashida's silence was weakness. The words were daggers dipped in arrogance. Fans leaned forward, anticipating a clapback. What they didn't expect was what came next. Rashida didn't answer with words. She answered with action. With sudden intensity, Rashida marched across the stage. Every step carried years of suppressed fury. Security moved, but they weren't fast enough. The crowd roared as Rashida lunged, grabbing Yandy and shoving her with a force that shocked even seasoned cast members. The moment transformed from argument to outright chaos. Screams filled the air. Cameras zoomed in, desperate to capture every second. Cast members jumped from their seats, torn between breaking it up and staying safe. Yandy tried to push back, but Rashida's fury was unstoppable, fueled by every humiliation she had ever endured. The concert atmosphere shattered instantly. It was no longer entertainment. It was war. Fans in the front rows covered their mouths in disbelief. Clips of the assault were already flooding timelines within minutes. The most composed woman on the show had finally erupted, and the world witnessed every devastating second. The brawl was already spiraling when the internet poured gasoline on the flames. In real time, as Rashida and Yandy clashed on stage, fresh cheating receipts started circulating online. Screenshots of late-night texts, anonymous DMs claiming Kirk was still entertaining mystery women. Evidence was dropping while the fight was still unfolding. The timing couldn't have been worse or more explosive. Viewers watching the live feed immediately caught wind of the leaks. Social media lit up with disbelief, with hashtags around Kirk and Rashida trending before security had even separated the women. The chaos on stage collided with chaos online, creating a storm too big to contain. Fans dissected every screenshot, zooming in on timestamps, names, and locations. Was Kirk really stepping out again, even after all the damage from past scandals? The receipts looked convincing, and the internet wasted no time passing judgment. The narrative shifted instantly. This wasn't just a fight. This was exposure. Inside the venue, whispers spread through the audience as notifications buzzed on phones. Some shouted the details aloud, fueling Rashida's rage even more. Others gasped, realizing they were witnessing a scandal unravel in two places at once, on stage and on every social platform imaginable. The fallout was immediate and brutal. By the time producers regained a shred of control, the storyline had already escaped them. The receipts weren't rumors anymore. They were viral proof. In one night, Rashida's breaking point, Yandy's provocation, and Kirk's alleged betrayal fused into a single, unforgettable explosion that the world couldn't stop watching. The internet detonated within minutes of the altercation. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok turned into a battleground as clips spread like wildfire. Memes flooded timelines, some mocking Rashida's eruption, others praising her for finally standing her ground. The divide was sharp, and fans picked their sides with brutal passion. One camp defended Rashida fiercely. They argued she had endured years of humiliation, betrayal, and public disrespect. To them, the explosion wasn't reckless, it was overdue justice. Supporters posted messages calling her strength unmatched, insisting Yandy's cruel remarks were the final straw that no one could have tolerated quietly. The other camp condemned her actions outright. They labeled the outburst unprofessional, dangerous, and damaging to her legacy. Critics argued that losing control on stage gave Yandy the upper hand, making Rashida look impulsive instead of powerful. For them, the attack overshadowed every ounce of resilience she had built. Through it all, social media thrived on chaos. Trending hashtags turned into digital war zones. Fan edits, parody skits, and fiery threads dominated feeds. The spectacle wasn't just about the fight anymore. It became a cultural moment, dissected, debated, and replayed endlessly. Love and hip-hop had birthed another unforgettable storm. Backstage was pure pandemonium. Rashida, shaking with rage and exhaustion, collapsed into tears the moment security pulled her away. Years of bottled frustration poured out in sobs that stunned even her closest friends. The strong, composed woman fans admired was suddenly breaking down behind the curtains. Meanwhile, the threats began flying. Mendices, furious over Yandy being attacked, stormed into the chaos demanding consequences. His voice echoed through the halls, warning producers that there would be repercussions if the situation wasn't handled immediately. Tension thickened, and every word only raised the stakes higher. Producers scrambled, desperate to salvage control. Calls were made, contracts reviewed, and frantic discussions erupted over liability and safety. The show had turned into a legal and emotional nightmare in seconds. Some whispered about shutting down filming altogether, while others pushed to spin the drama into television gold. Cast members stood frozen, paranoia creeping in. If Rashida could snap, who might be next? Arguments broke out as alliances shifted and trust evaporated. No one felt safe, and every side-eye carried suspicion. Backstage wasn't just disorganized, it was explosive. The kind of tension that leaves scars long after the cameras stop rolling. Just when producers thought the chaos couldn't escalate, the phone rang. On the other end was a chilling claim. Someone insisted they had hotel surveillance footage of Kirk with another woman. The words landed like a bomb. Video evidence, not just rumors, not just whispers. Hard proof. The room fell silent. Executives exchanged looks of panic and disbelief. For years, scandals had been fueled by speculation, but this was different. If real, the footage could destroy reputations instantly. No denials, no spin, just raw images that could rewrite the entire narrative overnight. Producers scrambled, demanding details. Who had the video? Where was it recorded? Was it authentic or a cruel fabrication? Yet even without confirmation, the weight of the allegation shifted everything. Cast members overheard fragments of the call, and paranoia spread like wildfire. If proof existed, the fallout would be catastrophic. In that moment, it wasn't about ratings or storylines anymore. It was about survival. A single clip had the potential to unravel families, careers, and the very foundation of the franchise. And the terrifying part? No one knew when or if that footage would be unleashed. The bomb finally dropped. In the dead of night, an anonymous account uploaded the hotel hallway footage. The grainy clip showed Kirk entering a suite with a woman at his side. The image wasn't clear at first, but the silhouette sparked immediate speculation. And then came the reveal, Kendra. The internet exploded. Fans froze the video frame by frame, pointing out her distinctive look. The whispers grew louder until certainty took over. It wasn't just another random rumor. It was someone from within their circle, someone viewers already knew. The betrayal stung deeper because of the familiarity. Jock's reaction was instant and furious. Word reached him within hours, and he wasted no time confronting the situation. The idea that his own wife was linked to Kirk in such a scandal lit a firestorm. Voices clashed, accusations flew, and the fallout between friends turned into an all-out war. Backstage, panic spread like wildfire. Cast members avoided eye contact, terrified they might be dragged into the drama. Producers were blindsided, realizing this wasn't just salacious television anymore. It was a personal disaster unfolding on their watch. No script could prepare them for the mess unraveling in real time. The consequences hit immediately. Trust shattered, alliances shifted, and fans couldn't stop dissecting every second of the footage. The hallway clip wasn't just a leak, it was a weapon. And with Kendra exposed, the betrayal tore open wounds that the cast and the franchise itself might never fully recover from. The leak didn't just rock fans. It sent shockwaves through the entire industry. Within hours, celebrities began weighing in. Tamar Braxton took to Instagram Live, shaking her head in disbelief. Cardi B dropped a fiery tweet, bluntly declaring that Rashida deserved far better. The conversation was no longer contained. It was everywhere. Remy Ma added fuel by calling the situation a lesson in patience, snapping, while Lil Scrappy couldn't resist posting cryptic comments that hinted he knew more than the public. Every reaction made headlines, amplifying the scandal beyond the love and hip-hop universe. The story had become cultural currency. Podcasts seized the moment like vultures on fresh prey. Gossip commentators dissected the footage frame by frame. Popular shows dedicated entire episodes, questioning motives, alliances, and whether Rashida's breakdown had been inevitable. The frenzy wasn't just coverage. It was an echo chamber, multiplying every detail into wildfire. By the end of the week, the scandal wasn't just a storyline. It was a global discussion. Industry giants, casual fans, and gossip outlets all united in shock. The brawl, the receipts, and the footage had merged into one saga dominating every screen, every timeline, and every conversation. The fallout didn't just play out on screens, it spilled into action. A Change.org petition demanding Rashida's protection and accountability for producers gained thousands of signatures overnight. Fans weren't just watching anymore. They were mobilizing, determined to hold the network responsible for letting the chaos spiral so far. Behind the scenes, executives couldn't ignore the numbers. Ratings soared to record-breaking highs. For producers, the scandal was twisted gold, proof that controversy sells. Yet their delight only deepened the fracture within the cast, fueling suspicions that chaos was being encouraged rather than controlled. Tensions reached breaking point among the stars. Some threatened to halt filming unless changes were made, while others questioned if trust could ever be rebuilt. What was once marketed as entertainment now felt dangerous. The cast wasn't just divided. It was crumbling under the weight of betrayal, exposure, and fear. The story doesn't end here. Rashida's world is shattered, her marriage under fire, and her composure in pieces. The question everyone is asking now, will she finally walk away, or will loyalty keep her locked in a cycle of betrayal? The answer remains a mystery. Kirk's silence only adds fuel to the speculation. The leaked footage, the viral receipts, and the explosive fight left viewers demanding clarity. Yet all they received was uncertainty. Fans are left with lingering doubts, wondering if Rashida can recover or if this is the breaking point of her legacy. And what about the cast? Alliances are torn apart, trust obliterated, and producers face backlash they can't ignore. The cliffhanger is clear. No one is safe, no relationship untouchable. Every connection could collapse under the weight of this scandal. The fallout is just beginning, so now we turn to you. Should Rashida stay and fight or walk away for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit subscribe, and join the conversation. Because this saga is far from over, And the next chapter promises to be even more explosive than anything we've seen so far.